Welcome to Psychicjane. If you're new here, welcome in. I'm a psychic and an energy intuitive, and this is called Pick a Card. I created this channel to help people with everyday life, to assist with relationships, love, understanding, advice, encouragement, and above all, healing. So just choose a card that draws your attention and holds it. That will be your main message. You can pick more than one card, and don't overthink it. If you need more time, you can pause the video. And all my sessions here are timeless. So whenever you find this video or it finds you, it's the right time for you to hear the message. And with that, I'm going to move on to group one. Okay, welcome group one. You have, let's see what you've chosen here. Now for this group, I received a vision of a portal, like a galaxy type portal. And also when I was shuffling the cards, two different cards came from two different decks, the word hoping. So I'm not really sure what that means for you, but we're going to find out. So here we go. So this is number 23, soul satisfaction. Honor your uniqueness. Do what makes you feel good. Okay. Spirit's going to have me pull a card out of this deck, Spirit. They're going to have me pull out a card from here. And there's going to be a message in this at the end of the reading for you. Soul satisfaction. That 23 can also, 23 or number 5. Number 5 is like like a transformation. It's like 2025 is like the year of change. So the 5 is definitely a change coming. The heart of source, no joke, Spirit. All-encompassing love, unconditional acceptance, serenity. That's beautiful. You know, it's funny too, because when I pulled this deck out and I was just flipping through the book, because it's new to me, like most of my decks are so new, I don't really know any of the cards. So I was just flipping through the book, and I opened it on this one, and I was reading a little bit about it, and I'm like, I don't know if this is really I don't know how this is gonna help anybody in this reading, because you know, these readings are for like day to day, and they're like, no, you just do this. And this actually had a really, and that's when I found it has like a little blurb in it that they want you to know. So we're gonna just go with that and continue on. Spirit runs the show here. Okay. Hold on a minute. I have some kind of interference going on. Just a moment. All right. Sorry about that, folks. Sometimes that happens. I get interference sometimes, and I just had to clear the space. There, you know, the energies have been really high around here today. A lot of the emotions are really high, I guess. I don't know how else to put it. There's a lot going on in the world, and it does really, you know, the emotions of people that, you know, all swirling together, it does create different energies. Okay, so with that, I'm just going to move on. So let's see here. They want us to know. This is the Knight of Cups. The Knight of Cups, you could be a charmer, or you could be running into somebody that is a charmer. Or you're dealing with somebody that could be a very charming type person. And like they're very sure of themselves. But also it's somebody, or you, it could be you or somebody you're dealing with. They could be somebody that like likes to keep secrets, and they just kind of just deal with it. Like they just go within and deal with it. Yeah, all the problems, they just keep it in and deal with it. They don't like to express themselves in a way. Okay, and that is the 5 of Pentacles. And there's another 5. Yeah, look, is 5, 5. Okay, so 5s you might be seeing 5s. Now, the other thing too is this card, unfortunately, this kind of represents sadness and something that you could be worried about, or someone. So it's something or someone that you're worried about. And maybe that's why the 2 cards came from 2 different decks, about being hoping. The word hoping came up twice. So You might be in some kind of funk or depression, or somebody that you're living with or dealing with is. And it's okay. We all go through periods of funky energy, and we all slip into little depressions every now and again. So, but you have to be really careful with that. And the best thing is to analyze what is making you feel this way. And you do have a lot of power and strength, like in your mind. And I heard over your mind. So maybe that's where, with all this going within type thing, it gives you like an inner strength. Okay, Spirit. That's probably why like the Heart of Source is here, because, there is a lot of strength when you focus on Spirit. The love is all encompassing, unconditional acceptance. Like your ancestors, like no matter what you do, they're going to accept you. You know what I mean? And then the serenity. So serenity that's like about peace and, finding that quietness, I guess, like that, the moment of stillness, I guess. Okay, Spirit, where do you want me to begin? All right, hold on. I just need to... Okay. You want me to bring out this deck here, clarifying life situations? Okay, so let's see what Spirit wants you to know here. Okay. The Heart of Source. That tells me that it's something to do with your heart too. Emerging dawn. Trust that everything ending is another beginning coming in disguise. So you might be actually trying to make some kind of decision about something, or maybe that's why you have that worry about, something has ended in your life, but like they're saying here, there's no illusions now. Okay. Stay grounded in truth, embracing reality with clarity and wisdom to navigate life's journey authentically. Okay, Spirit. No illusion. Emerging dawn. Just one more, a little divinely guided. And then you even have the Heart of Source here. Divinely guided. Trust the wisdom of the universe and remain open to receive guidance as you journey through life's mysteries. Okay, and you know what? I was talking about how I saw a portal for you, and this card does kind of remind me of a portal here, but it also kind of looks like a sun. So you have like sun, 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 and sun. Okay, let's move this over a little here. All right. Okay, Spirit, what else do you want this group to know? All right. Okay. Which ones? Okay, so the Spirit is just saying things to me like, you'll find pausing. Look at that. This is that's that. Pausing. This, I think, is where you're using, like you're going in with your problems. And then you have number 10. So you have 5, 5, which can make 10. And then you have 10 here. So, okay, Spirit, what else? And then there's words. Something that maybe you need to use your words instead of keeping your problems inward. You know what I mean? But there's just something that you're so worried about. I don't know what that is, Spirit. Is there anything else here? The want you to do some kind of pausing. There's something they want you to oversee. They want something you... What is it, Spirit? Something is going to emerge. Okay. What is it that you want here now? I know what's going on. Realizations. So you have like no illusions and then realizations, epiphanies, understandings, and awakenings. You know, you could be going through an awakening and not realize that that's what it is. Soul satisfaction. Honor your uniqueness. Do what makes you feel good. Yeah, looking conflicted, flipped over. Decisions, hot and cold, multiple choices. This is you going into this, analyze what's making you feel this way. That's what the pausing is about. Look, and it's split on intuition. Comes out under the Five of Pentacles, which is about analyzing what's making you feel this way. Sorrow, loss, grief, and depression. Okay. All right. So that's what's happening. That's why they brought out that you're awakening, because it's like the emerging dawn. Oh my goodness, look, in beginnings, trying again, a new direction, starting over. And what's here? Spying, but it was in reverse. Social network, information, and ways. That was in reverse. Social network. They're asking me to stop. There's something in this card they want to express. This one. Number 23. I don't know what they want. There's like these little... Okay, here we go. This is a card of self-discovery. Yeah, because you know what? It's funny that they... because this talks about all this, like going within yourself, pausing and looking within. You take your problems and you go within and you figure them out. So you do have self-discovery with that. Your soul is unique and special. For thousands of years, you have been on your own individual journey and developed your gifts and qualities. Okay, so what is it that you want here? Okay, it says, they're getting me to skip all this. They want me just to read this little thing here. So they're saying that little time you have for yourself, create space to do more of what you truly enjoy. Express your soul. When you do so, the universe brings forward new possibilities. And that's kind of what they've been talking about here. This is this pausing that they're talking about. Okay, so find your soul gifts. When you were a child, what were you good at? What did you want to do when you grew up? What did you enjoy doing? How can you do more of this now? Close your eyes and evoke your unicorn. Tell it you wish to find true soul satisfaction. Ask it to touch your forehead with its horn of light. Sense your third eye lighting up. Trust that your soul gifts are being brought forward. Thank your unicorn. The affirmation is, I am satisfied at a deep soul level. And that's what they were talking about. You're going through some kind of awakening. It's because you have, see, when people are quiet and silent, and they go within themselves, because you're the type of person, like it's telling me here with the tarot here, that you're the type of person that you go within with your problems, like you go inward and you analyze things, and then you make all your decisions, like you figure it out. And when you do that, it's how people become awakened, you know what I mean? So you're that's why there's like, they have to, this sorrow has to be left behind. And and I even see these footsteps, like they're walking away, you know what I mean? Like these footsteps are, and it brings you sorrow. So, and look, depression, and that actually, oh my goodness. And that's why it comes out underneath the Five of Pentacles here, because the Five of Pentacles, like, I even said that that card represents, like, you could be in some kind of funky energy, or some type of depression of some sort. And that's why. So you're having all this conflict, you're trying to make these decisions. You have multiple choices. That's why you're hot and cold. You don't know what hot and cold in a cup. That's funny, Spirit. Okay, new beginnings. Try again, new direction, start over. So I think you might have gone through something really traumatic, or you don't want this card, no. Okay, you might have gone through something like really traumatic, or something, some kind of family break or something. Oh my, Spirit. Yeah, this is involving your heart somehow, but you're going through an awakening, and I know that could be very confusion. That's weird, because I was looking at no illusion, and I was going to say confusion, and it came out that word, but the illusion, there's no more illusion, because when you go through an awakening, it's like the sun is awakening, the emerging dawn. Trust that every ending is another beginning coming in disguise. And then, of course, what was on the bottom of this deck? New beginnings here. Try again, new direction. That's what they're trying to say. That they want you to look in underneath that divine feminine. That's what they're trying to say. They're trying to say that they had to end this. Something had to end in your life for you to change direction. So they're just like, analyze what's making you feel this way. But you were a very powerful mind being. Okay, this one. Okay. Oh, okay. They're asking me to bring out a different deck first. There's one card in here they want. So there's one more card here. Just one, Spirit. Go. Whoopsie. Goals. Look at that. You have a clear vision for your goals and are steadily moving forward with motivation and confidence. See, that's what and it comes right out under no illusions. So you've definitely have awakened to the, oh, I don't know how to word it. You've awakened to what's going on around the world. Let's just go that way. Yeah, look, this one was on the bottom there. Oh, and the color purple came up for you too. Yeah, because it was like calibrate your inner compass. Okay, let's see here. And purple has to do with the crown and the, okay, emerald. Trust your emotional garden. Okay, that's why they're saying to analyze what's making you feel this way and then trust that emotional garden. There's something here that they want you to know. Let's see, emerald. What's in this emerald here? This information will help you sort out whatever's going through, what you're going through, or it'll help you resonate so you'll know where you are. Because when you get in these funky energies, it's really hard to, you're back and forth with your thinking, right? So emerald's lush green energy nourishes whatever needs nourishing. without giving too much or too little. Perhaps right now your life could benefit from the precious gems, gentle temperance too. Take some deep breaths and assess the balance of your emotions. Are certain feelings taking up too much space and focus? Are other parts of your heart or soul wilting from lack of attention? Like a plant needs a just right mix of light. Look at that. God. Water, soil, and sweet talking. Your emotional life and inner world. No joke, Spirit. That's what these cards are all about. Your inner world. Where are we here? I just lost my spot. Require a special regime to thrive too. With kindness and care, all things can grow, including your relationships or self-discipline, or the temperamental fiddle leaf fig in your living room. Find your emotional equilibrium so you can act from a place of truth instead of reaching for a feeling that may float on by as quickly as it drifted in. And that's what they're like, the hot and cold, Spirit. Okay. Oh, you probably hear my dog. She's sleeping and she is she's dreaming and like yelping and stuff like that because she's dreaming of her run today. Heart of Source. Now they want me to read this card for you. Okay, and it comes out on this for a reason. Like they had me place it there for a reason. So we're going to find out what they want here. Oh. I need to find the book. I don't know where the book went. Oh, there it is. Okay, let's see. The Heart of Source. This is basically, it talks, oh, look at that. I opened right to it. They're talking about, you know, like, okay, let's just read it. Oh, what do you want me to read here, Spirit? Let me just read a little blurby here, but it says, the source of the universe is a gigantic heart. It beats our angels and beings of light. It is what many call God. It's love that is beyond gender and dogma. Yeah, because you're awakening, so there's no illusion now. See, the dogma is where like all that, what do you call it? Indoctrination. Thanks, Spirit. It's time. It's the infinite experiencing infinity. It's the infinite experiencing infinity. Okay, that's why I saw that portal. Okay. So they're saying here, like how to connect. They're saying, thank you, source of love, for bathing me in your infinite light and for reminding me I am one with all that is. And then your message here is you are connecting directly with the heart of Source, the creator of life and love. You are blessed to receive this card, for it shows the cup of your heart is being filled with love until it overflows. Wow, Spirit. The divine energy that is with you now is helping you melt away any blockages so that you can be open to the love, acceptance, and appreciation that you deserve. You are being encouraged to view yourself in a loving way and give yourself permission to be loved. If you have been holding back for a while but are now ready to share the love you have within, this card lets you know it is safe to do so. You are loved, loving, and lovable. Step forward, claim your worth, and enjoy a new level of spiritual openness. You are truly blessed. Oh, Spirit, this is really amazing because, you know, like this awakening that you're going through, I think you've been doing a lot of hoping too. Like, you know, like, you know, spirit, they have to bring in these kind of like separations and heartache, really, because, you know, humanity won't change otherwise. So them providing you with this message today, it should really help with your, like, where you are in the energy. So, you know, just so that you know you're not alone. You have the backing of your ancestors, you know, your family members that have passed on. You have angels surrounding you. You're being guided in the direction, like, you know, they're leading you. Yeah, spirit, great, thank you. Okay, so this has been really amazing because, you know, they're giving, yeah, and it puts you in a different direction. Yeah, because you might have been going through a lot of loss and grief, you know, within, you know, relationship. But, you know, try again is what they're saying here. There's new beginnings, there's a new dawn coming, and, you know, you're going to find people that are not in the illusion anymore too, and maybe that's what's ready now. There's maybe the person that your person is now also awakening, and that your energies are going to match and draw each other in, which is really beautiful. So with that, I'm going to close this reading, and I'm going to move on to group 2. So I would like to send you love and light, and have a good day. Welcome, group 2. Let's see what you've chosen here. Oh, look at that. Number 4, on-cord relationships. Let go now. Forgiveness is freedom. Okay. On cords. That's what they're asking you to cut cords with whomever or whatever relationship that you're in right now. Okay, let's see what the tarot cards have for you. Temperance. Okay, so temperance represents finding a fresh take on life, basically. And it also is like the universe is presenting you something. It's about finding like middle ground. It's like finding that balance. You know, you're probably the type of person too that is like this, likes to be the peacemaker. You want everyone to get along. You want everybody to be okay. You know, I think you probably put a little bit too much energy into that. And Spirit's asking me to stop. They want me to pull out a card to read to you later. Hold on. Oh, there it is. It's over there. Okay, let me just get this deck here. Okay, so let me just move that aside here. Let me see. Okay, let's see what this... Okay, Spirit, what is it you want for this group 2 here? The Holy Grail. Inner discovery. Finding sacredness. You are what you seek. You know, it's funny too, because the other day I just kept getting that that message that was saying, you are what you feed. You become what you feed. Sorry, Spirit. Yeah, thank you. You become what you feed. And here it is. You are what you seek. That's interesting. Okay. So I don't know what you're seeking, but we're going to find out how this relates to you. So let's move on with the tarot here. Uh-oh. 10 of Wands. You're being weighed down. You have a heavy burden going on here. Mentally and physically. Okay. You probably feel like your goal is always, like whatever you've been working on, you probably always feel like your goal is always just out of reach. Like just when you think you're almost there, you realize you're not, you know? It's like snatched away from you or something. You know, you could be making things hard for yourself too. I mean, you could just put this weight down, right? You might need to just walk away from something, or you see through it, like something about unbalance going on here. There's some kind of unbalance because you know, this card is about like finding the middle ground, and you know, so that's like balance. And then here again, this one is like balance. You're out of balance for some reason. I don't know why you're out of balance. Though I think you just tried to or this could be like you need to walk away, or maybe you need to see something through. Like just tough it out, basically. But you're clearly pouring into something. You're pouring into someone. But then it has here to encore from some kind of relationship and to let it go now. Maybe you've already toughed it out. Oh, let's keep going. Let's see here. Oh, look, and then you get the Ace of Cups with the waters overflowing. You know, this is about like having some kind of new special start that's going to make you really happy and feel good. And it could be new relationships. It could be like that, or that like stressful, naggy issue that you're going through will finally resolve itself. If your cup is empty, it won't be for long, because, maybe like you just, maybe because you've poured so much into somebody else. You know what I mean? What's the number on this card? Is that number 14? I think it is. Oh my goodness. I need to get some glasses or something here. Number 14, yeah. Okay, so this... it's funny too, because you have number 4 and you have number 10, which would make 14, and then you have 14 again, and 14 and or 5. So 5 is like some kind of change. And just like group 1, there was some kind of change going on with that too. Inner discovery, finding sacredness. You are what you seek. Okay. So we're going to find out what's going on here. It's either you need to release this burden, release the energy, cut the cords with something. And it's got she has a jug here she's pouring out. This cup is overflowing, and then you have the Ace of Cups, which is overflowing. And this is also like an idea, like some kind of breakthrough even. Okay, so you have a lot of stuff like pouring here. There's something pouring. Okay, Spirit, where do you want me to... This one. Okay. Let's... They want to bring out clarifying some life situations here. So let's get a little bit more in here and see what's going on. Okay, Spirit, what does group 2 need to know? Small steps. Small steps. And then see how he's got like this victory here, because he's got his hand up as in victory. The small wins, the small triumphs, the everyday victories, celebrate them. They will take you there. Oh, I see. Okay, yeah, see how he's got these little small, you know what I mean? Like you're so burdened down, but you're trudging forward. I think you're toughing it out, or you've toughed it out. Take precautions, remain vigilant and receptive. Okay, let's see here. I think it's time to balance something out. Let's see, fulfill a promise. Okay, what is this here? Fulfill a promise. Stay committed to yourself, for each step forward brings you... Oh, jeez. I should have kept that out. Stay committed to your path, for each step forward brings you closer to your destined fulfillment. It's a lot of steps. Like you have you have this guy trudging forward. You have small steps, and then this talks about your steps forward. Okay. Is there another card you want here, Spirit? No. No, on the bottom, though, they want me to read this. It says, embrace solitude. Reflect deeply for survival. Keep your mind open as answers reveal lessons in the quiet of introspection. Want that? Okay. Embrace solitude. Okay. Let me bring one of these ones. Okay. Oh, look at that. Hospitality. Number 34. Hospitality. Okay, I don't know what the hospitality is about. It doesn't, I just got to quickly look at that because there's something here that I'm not picking up on. You know, I think this is just that, you know, like this hospitality, I think that you're, because you're not focusing on yourself. Let's see here. What do they want here? A comfortable, bright environment sets the stage for a deep, meaningful exchange. Is your house or apartment a place where people feel comfortable? Do you have guests that welcome them in a friendly manner? Or would you rather not let anyone into your home? See, that's what they were talking about. The card that came out from this deck, it spoke about embrace solitude. So you could be somebody that just wants that solitude. The angels are longing for a benign place that allows them to foster inspiring thoughts and healing conversations among people. There are many paths to healing. Okay, so that's why it's like this, this cut cords. Yeah, because it says here, many heart-to-heart conversations conducted in a luminous environment has changed a person's life. Invite people you care about and who you might benefit an inspiring chat. It may turn out different than you think. So it could be somebody that's trying to befriend you in some way. Yeah. Yeah, you know, see, because you see this little person here. You see this little person here and looking at the owls, and owls are very wise creatures. Like, the, you know, the wise old owl saying, you know what I mean? So I think that whoever this person is that is trying to get into your energy, I think this person is, they're very wise, and maybe you could, you know, listen to their messages or any wisdom that they're trying to bring to you. Okay, Spirit, which deck? This one? Okay. Okay. Let's see here. Confessions. Unveiling. Coming clean. Messages. Yeah, look, they might have a message for you. There's something that I think whoever this individual is, there's going to be some kind of confession. There's something about this uncorded. They want me to read this card. There's something here. Clinging, holding on, obsessing, and spying. That's the energy that's weighing you down. You know, you can actually see that it looks like this person has plastic over their face even. Like, why would you do that card like that? Yeah, it's almost like they're being suffocated. See that? Holding on, obsessing, spying. Yeah, I think this energy is what they're talking about. I think you've either cut the cords with this person, or they're like, you need to let go of this energy. You need to, like, okay, let's see what they want you to know here. This one. Okay, number 4. It's like I'm in between. I can't get this open here. Number 4. forgiveness and freedom. Your unicorn loves you with a high, pure love. No, not that. Okay. What is it? Oh, okay. They want me to read this. Okay. They just didn't want me to read that first sentence. Okay. So they're saying these perfect beings cannot comprehend the attachments we make on earth, but have enormous compassion for us and will help us let go of any that are holding us back. So that's what's going on. Like you do, like this person is, this energy is never going to comprehend whatever you're trying to get them to understand. They're not going to comprehend what you're trying to relate to them. Okay. So that's why they're advising you to just let go, because I think you've been trying to just like trudge through it all, but I don't know if that's going to be, you know, just keep going like little steps at a time. Okay. What is it here that you want them? Okay. So unconditional love does not form binding cords. So you can never love true, you can never lose true love. Your guidance is to scan back through the years for anyone, dead or alive, who may still be influencing you. Then ask your unicorn to set you both free. Okay. Because that's why it was saying you're being weighed down mentally and physically. Okay. That's why they're saying you got to find some kind of middle ground here. You know, you probably have always been the peacemaker to... Okay, so they're saying the affirmation, I am free to be myself. You know, maybe you weren't free when you were attached, like these cords that you have attached to this energy. This is going on. Unveiling, coming clean. Yeah, and see, because this card is like finding a fresh take on life. So I think these confessions, or these confessions that are going to come, maybe with this visit, you're going to get some kind of confession or something. I think if you, I'm not really sure if you separated or this is something that's coming down the road. I think you're in it though. I just really think that you're in this. I think this is something that you've been carrying, some kind of burden for a long time. Yes, because it says here, tell them you want to release. This is like, they're talking about like spirit basically, and they're saying, tell them that you want to release any lower energies between you. And, you know, whatever the attachments are, that they may present themselves to you as chains or ropes or daggers or something else. And like you have, like, these are like wands, right? But mentally say to other people, I set us free. And that's what they're like, that's what this is about, this burden from the mentally and physically burden. Like it's, yeah, this is something that they're trying to advise you to let go of whatever this energy is and to finally set yourself free from it. Okay, so, oops, sorry, Storm. Sleeping, I startled him. Okay, we don't want this one. Oh, look at that, and that's back on the bottom. This is the deck that I was shuffling, and I started with it, and it's back on the bottom. Divine Feminine, Yin, feminine energy. Spirit. Yeah, I think somebody might have, like they said, like in this, you're never going to be able to, they're not going to be able to comprehend what you've been doing for them. So with that, you're just wasting your time. You want this one here. They want a card to come from here. A little competition's on the bottom. Okay, Spirit, they want one card here, or a couple, I don't know. Let's see here. Oop, there we go. Transparency, look at that. That's what the transparency. Open and honest communication builds deep trust in your relationships. Transparency strengthens your connections and prevents misunderstandings. Look, and then harmony, because they were talking about like the balance, how you need to find that inner balance. And you'll find that with the small steps. If you keep taking these small steps, you'll find that balance. Look, and then they have change too. Look, you are feeling anxious about change and may be trying to resist it, leading to internal conflict. Yeah. You know, this might actually be a continuation from group one. If you've chosen group one, like, you know what I mean? Like group one and group two, I think these might be interconnected somehow here, because there seems like a lot of similarities. Okay, so what now? Okay, they want me to bring out this one here. Let's do this here. And this is going to come out under fulfill promise. Celestite. Oh, the card's upside down. Let your dreams talk to you. Well, fulfill promise. Let your dreams talk to you. No joke, Spirit. There's a little blurb in here they want you to know here. Okay. Celestite. Okay. Celestite. Don't sleep on the power of sleeping. Our nightly snooze. Oh, and you know, with the owls, I was thinking about the night, because owls only come out at night. Like maybe you get all your ideas in the evening. Maybe that's where you're getting, or maybe you're getting your ideas in your sleep. Okay. Our nightly snooze time is an awesome gift to our bodies and mind. Funny because, oh, that's funny, Spirit, because the Ten of Wands is all about your mental and physical being weighed down, but you're free when you sleep. It gives you that freedom. Forgiveness is freedom. Okay, so maybe you're, you know what, you could be, you know, people don't realize this though, because in the human, like when we go to sleep, we do astral plane, like your soul does like go off and does things, and sometimes it works on soul hurts and healing. Like it will kind of sometimes, you know, sometimes like you'll have like a little dream of somebody and you're just like, oh, or a situation, you wake up and you're just like, oh, why am I even, you know, why did I dream of this or dream of them, or like these dreams are painful or whatever the case may be, you know what I mean? And then like that is basically them, so they get you to think about it. Maybe you'll wake up and you'll be in a bad mood, or you'll cry, or you'll be upset or whatever, and then you'll kind of think about it a little bit. You'll like look at it in a different light, and then you'll just be like, okay, well, it's over now, and I'm just gonna go away from it. I'm just not gonna worry about it anymore. And then what that does is it clears that out so that new things can come into your life. The more you clear out, the more good. Like once you clean out the old cobwebs, you know, out of the proverbial closet, then you're able to have that light come in. You are what you seek. Okay, let's see here. What else are they trying to say here? Okay. We need this daily restorative process to rejuvenate, recharge, and to function properly. There's also spiritual wisdom to be gained during our slumberless travels, and Celestite helps connect you to the mystical realm of your dreams. So they're asking you to get some Celestite. Our slumber visions are often super rich with symbolism and meaning. And when this card shows up, it means this may be specifically true for you now. So pay attention to what your dreams have to say. If you really listen, your celestial reveries just might blow open some doors and hint at the answers you seek. No joke, Spirit, because that's what they're talking about. You are what you seek. That's why they had me read that before I finished this. And this also talks about what you seek. So what is it that you're seeking? Oh my God, I'm so curious. See, these readings, they make me really, really curious, because stay committed to your path, for each step forward brings you closer to your destined fulfillment. So there's something that you're seeking there, and it's going to come to you in your dreams. That's amazing, Spirit. Okay, so they're recommending you to get some celestite. That's going to help you. It's going to help you. And then do some of this cord cutting. You know, if you're not really sure what cord cutting is, you can just look that up and it will help you. Okay, Spirit. They're asking me to place this here. So this is about this, you know, like you're holding on to something, and that's what it falls right underneath, like this card, right? And then this transparency thing here. Open and honest communication. See, things are going to be overflowing for you for somehow. I don't know what this overflowing means to you, though. And because I do just a general reading for the collective, the human collective, I'm not able to tap into specific people, you know what I mean? I'd have to be doing a one-on-one, which reminds me, if you're interested in a free reading, if you just email the Divine Healing Channel 111@gmail.com, I will be more than happy to do a free reading for you. Free of charge. No hooks, no scams, nothing involved with that. I am here to help Spirit bring messages to you, because these messages are coming from your guides, your loved ones that have passed away, that are no longer, you might not feel like you can communicate with them even, but they're there, always there to help guide you. And that's what I do. So Holy Grail, they want me to read that to you. Book, there you go. Holy Grail. Oops, almost opened it to that. They have little messages all through these books that they just get me to pull out little thingies here. The Holy Grail has been a mystery for thousands of years. Many believe that it was the cup that Jesus drank from at the Last Supper, okay? Or that was used to collect his blood at the crucifixion, while others believe that it was a person, possibly Mary Magdalene. Okay, we don't need to, we don't need to know any of that, Spirit. Okay, what is it? Wow. Okay, so they want me to read this little blurb here, and it says, connect. Place your hands over your heart space and say this simple prayer. Dear Source Light, thank you for filling the cup of my heart so I am overflowing with your love. And you'll see this card here. It's her. See the heart and how they're connecting the heart together. Spirit, it's beautiful. You know, and they're saying here, they're always going to be that light in the darkness. Whatever darkness you find yourself in, they're going to be that light for you. They want to light the way. Spirit. Okay, so your message here is, you have been on a great quest, seeking, searching, discovering, but the further you've gone, the more your heart has called you back. You may be still, Spirit. Because this card here, the Ten of Wands, that is like, your goal has always been like out of reach. Like, and like I said in the beginning, like in the that, you know, just when you think like you're almost there and you're going to finally reach your goal, it's snatched back from you. And this card, wow, Spirit. Because I pulled this card out before I pulled out. Okay. So you've been on a great quest, seeking, searching, discovering. But the further you've gone, the more your heart has called you back. You may still be looking for treasure, but you are now discovering that all roads lead back to you. The great source of creation holds up a shiny mirror in front of you, and you see your reflection. You are the answer. You are the divine. You are created. You are creating. The gateway of your divinity has opened, and the vessel of your being is flowing with infinite light. You have been searching for God, and God is within. So go within. This is the key to heaven. Your cup is overflowing. Your gifts are being unlocked. Let the world share your treasures. And this is what I'm saying. Like, it's going to come to you. There's going to be some kind of messages that they're trying to give to you, and they're going to do it through your dreams. And it's going to help you. I mean, like small steps at a time, but this is all going to help you. You're going through an awakening. And that's what this inner discovery and finding the sacredness. Like, I think you're being led back to spirit. And once you're led back to spirit and you have that connection, wow, you're going to be overflowing. You're going to have all this light. You're even going to, like, even the light's coming out of this cup here, that the light, the light's going to be just pouring out of you. It's going to pour into you and out of you. So it's going to be poured in, and you're going to then pour it out to others. Oh, Spirit, it's beautiful. This is like a really beautiful message for you. And I hope that this helps you on your healing, because, you know, like, clearly you've been through a lot, and just like, you know, when you're trying to work on something and it just keeps getting snatched away at the very last minute, you think you're almost there and then it's taken. You know, it's just to put you on a different path. That's really all it is. It's to get you to, it's not the path you're supposed to be on. So they're going to bring you these messages in your dreams. So I hope this is helpful. And with that, I'm going to send you love and light, and I hope you have a good day. Moving on to group 3. Okay, welcome group 3. Let's see what you've chosen here. Ooh, number 30, Cosmic Diamond. Spread hope and joy, illuminate the world. Okay. Ooh, they want me to bring out a card here to read at the end. I don't know why I said ring. Okay, Spirit. Oops, it's too many. Okay, Spirit, what does group 3 need to know here? Earth Star activation. Anchoring, grounding, action, Isis energy. Okay, let's see what we have for you. Okay, Spirit, let's see what group 3 needs to know here. So, Nine of Pentacles. The Nine of Pentacles is like you're flying on cloud 9. You could be like ending some kind of project, and maybe it's time to do some relaxing. Put your feet up. You know, being satisfied with yourself and with your home. Like your home life must be... Okay, here. Earth Star activation. That's you're highly evolved, I believe. Ooh, 4 of Pentacles. You know, again, that's like stability in your home life and your finances. Or it could mean that you're being too controlling when it comes to your possessions. Like you're trying to like keep your money to yourself and your belongings to yourself, like all your possessions. But, you know, that is a warning too about being selfish and the need to hold on too tightly to material things. Being humble can avoid any trouble in the future. And, you know, I'll even notice like this little bird here, if you look at her wrist, like I'm talking about this card here about trying to be humble and not be materialistic, but that could be what's causing you to not be able to move in a higher spiritual way. But I don't know if you could see really closely, that little bird has like a little chain attached to its feet and to the wrist of that woman there. So that is like trying to control even birds flying, you know what I mean? Okay. Yeah. You know, when you're going through an awakening, it seems like all the groups here are going through some kind of awakening, which is normal because that's what the earth is doing at this time. It's helping everyone to realize what is going on around them. And you know, some people are fighting it, and it makes it harder for them to understand and to just go with the flow, basically. But you're somebody that, you know, they're saying like spread your hope and joy and illuminate the world. So there's some kind of grounded action, you know, and you know, like where she's in nature here, she's doing a lot of grounding, being out with the flowers and the birds and being in nature. So look, embrace solitude was on the bottom, and then it flipped over again. Embrace solitude. Okay, you know, notice that all these individuals are alone too. So I think they're asking you to go within and figure out why you have such an attachment to earthly possessions. Because those earthly possessions is what's going, like, when you leave this meat suit, you can't take anything with you. So what's the big attachment? You know what I mean? To all the human possessions. Look, fantasy land. You know, this card came out in one of the other readings too, and it was in reverse, and it came out for no illusions. So, and here, some kind of fantasy land. Make sure everyone involved is being realistic and on the same page. Okay, I don't know what's going on with this spirit. I don't know what you're trying to say to this group here. You're not afraid of hardships. No, because you're a hard worker. Okay, let's see here. What's going on with this, the fantasy? What's the fantasy land about, spirit? Maybe because you're like attached to the getting advice. Seek guidance with your open heart, ready to learn and grow from the wisdom offered by others. So I think that's what they're talking about. They're talking about where you're so connected to the possessions of the earthly possessions, the material things within your life, basically. That really that's an illusion. It's a fantasy, because those material things don't, I mean, maybe they do make your life easier or whatever, but spiritually, they're not going to help you evolve or become more enlightened, I guess, because, you know, they got the light bulb here. So they're trying to, and like where there's all this light going on and this, you know, it's all sparkly and whatnot. Okay. And, you know, this card here too, you'll notice that there's a lot of darkness here, you know, around her, and she's like spreading the curtain open and allowing the light in. And then she's like kind of spreading the light too with these like beams that are shooting from around her. So illuminate the world. Grounded action. Gentle release. Okay. Let yourself surrender to the flow of life's mysterious currents. Okay. And that's why they were talking about here, to avoid any trouble, you know, to be humble. Okay. And on the bottom here, it's steady as you go. Navigate with patience and resilience, trusting in your inner strength to guide you through life twists and turns. Okay, and then you have like all these, like, you know what I mean? Like the fantasy of, because, you know, honestly, you know, the world is really, it's a fantasy. It's, you know, like they're hiding the truth and everything. Like you have to be able to see past the illusion so that you can then, you know what I mean? Like, and maybe that's one of the main things that you need to do for this group here, group 3, is it's about, because you're so connected, like you're so attached to those physical items, you know, like in your home and like your clothing and all the possessions you have. But, you know, in the end, when your spirit leaves your human form, or it can't take anything with it. The only thing you can take, what's going to stay with you, is the love. That's why they're saying to open your heart and lead with your heart. Okay, Spirit. Okay. Lead with your heart. Oops. Love of animals. Again, so you could be somebody that's been burnt a lot by humans. So, you know, to get back to that love, because the love from animals, I mean, I'm talking well, not domesticated more so, but I mean, people try to take wild animals and, you know, they try to love them like a human, and they're just not meant to be loved by like a human. And, you know, there's also this owl here, which tells me that it's some form of, a lot of owls actually flying around. Spirit, you know, and the owls, again, like this talks about like the darkness. I don't know if all these readings are connected or what's going on, but, you know, they had the owls in the last reading as well. And, you know, some kind of wise advice is needed here. So I think they're asking you to seek some kind of wisdom of some sort by, you know, getting the advice. But the love of animals, it's that unconditional love. And when you have that kind of unconditional love from an animal, or you're giving it to an animal, there's nothing that can compare to that unconditional love. It's all about the love. Okay, so that's what it's all about, the love. Okay. Yeah, and healing in the now. Look at that. Healing in the now. It's all about love. You know, that's really what Source is all about, what God is all about. It's just love. There's nothing other than love. Okay, this one here. No, this one. Okay. Divine Feminine. And that, you know what? I don't even know. The last reading, it was on the bottom. I shuffled it and it was on the bottom again. So we're going to see. Okay. Past life. Deja vu. Repeated patterns and karmic lessons. Okay. Repeated patterns. So this could be something that you've done in the past. Look at that. And the family came out. This is something that it could be some kind of past life situation here, but you are getting deja vus, but you're also repeating some kind of pattern, and you're learning, it's to learn some kind of karmic lesson. But if you're becoming awake and you're realizing what's going on around you is a fantasy, and you start seeking this enlightenment with getting advice, and then gently releasing all those old habits and whatever. Hold on, my dog wants to get in. Come on. Okay. So, oh my goodness, look at that. Not even joking. Look, and then you have family with fertility, parenthood, and pregnancy. And then it comes up with karma. Well, and it just talked about the karmic lessons in this card here. So you have consequences, cause and effect, and debts. See, this is where, oh my. You know, I'm just not really sure what they're trying to say, because they're saying here that you're satisfied and you're satisfied and you're at home with yourself. So if they're at home with themselves, then why are you bringing up all of this about getting advice, the fantasy, illuminate the world, the love of animals? Like, you know, this also makes me believe that, you know, there's some kind of connection to nature, because you have the connection here and then you have the animal, and that has a lot to do with spirituality. It also has a lot to do with being stable, because horses, you know, they're stable. You can ride them for a really long time. That they're really well grounded, spirit. And then, you know, you have this, like, the darkness again, like you have this darkness, and with the owl here, you know, I don't know if okay, so I think maybe you're starting to realize, like, what the fantasy has been with and now you realize that there's consequences, you know what I mean? With, you know, whatever you do in life, there's a cause and effect type of deal, and it creates some kind of karmic debt, right? Okay, so you want one from here? Okay. They want a card from this deck here, and on the bottom is change. Okay, let's see here. Whoops. Reconciliation, getting advice. Look, and it's about the heart. Past wounds are healing. You and another person are finding a way to reconcile and move forward with greater understanding. And that's why it has the family here, the fertility. Gentle release, letting yourself surrender to the flow of life and the mysterious currents. Okay. Look at that. And it's courage on the bottom. You are filled with courage and ready to face any challenge. Confidence and determination are your guiding forces. Maybe that's why you're on cloud 9. Maybe this is the energy that you've come from. Like, you've worked yourself out of the darkness into the light. And maybe the only thing that's really, maybe that's why it comes out under family. Maybe there was some kind of, you know, you were being selfish or something here. Or maybe it's a warning about being selfish with the family again, or too controlling. Because it's saying that you're doing some kind of repeated patterns from past lives. So you should be careful, be cautious of that. Make note of that or something. Okay, Spirit. So one for here. Yeah. Okay. You hear a little bit of noise. Sorry, there's like little youngsters running around. Okay. Oops. There we go. Oops. Oh my goodness. Jasper. Check yourself before you wreck yourself. No joke. Just like what I was talking about here. Like, just be careful that you're not repeating these patterns. Because, you know, if you're getting advice and you're doing some kind of reconciliation here, you want to keep yourself, you know, you don't want to fall back into old patterns, right? Repeated patterns. You want to remove yourself, slowly release those things to heal those, you know what I mean? Yeah, well, because it's right here. The carnelian is channel your inner baddie. Oh, look at that. I just noticed the 2 colors too. Look at that with the jasper. Okay, so jasper will help keep you centered. Okay, let's see here. What book? Okay, There's a little thing here that they want you to know with this jasper. Oh, look at that. Okay. You could probably use a little spiritual refueling right about now, couldn't you? Just in time. Jasper's grounding energy is here to envelope you in a calming cocoon of comfort and offer you a cosmic rest stop. Being super on the go can be a thrill, but when there are parts of you that need to heal, it's good to slow down and give yourself some extra tenderness and cautious self-care. Cause, remember, if you keep putting, if you keep putting the pedal to the metal on an empty tank, you'll eventually run out of gas, which is a situation no one wants to find themselves in. Now the time to start taking care of yourself needs to prioritizing your well-being. Focus on nurturing yourself with things that feel healthy, practical, and pleasurable. And then that's what, and it comes right out under this gentle release here. So there's like a healing going on. They're doing it in a gentle way. So they're doing it with grace, basically, right? So yeah, so that, you know, that's why, like, all the twists and turns of life here, right? Okay. Now, let's see what they want you to know about this Earth Star activation. Okay. Anchoring. Yeah, the grounding. Yeah. The grounding action. Isis energy. Okay, Earth Star. Yeah. Okay. The Egyptian goddess Isis appears on this card as your spiritual guide. She is a high priestess of the stars. Look, and that's why they had me put it on the stars. That's why they kept bringing out the night to me, because of the stars. Look, and it came right out on these two cards with the stars, and then you got the owl here, which means night, and then here. So they're talking about something about the night, about how you're getting you're gonna get some kind of information during at night. And you know, this could be a repeat. This, if you've picked this one first, group 2 might actually have message in there for you, or if you pick group 2, this could be your second message. I'm not really sure, because they seem like they're kind of all interconnected somehow. It's just because they're talking about the night in this one as well, right? High Priestess of the Stars, who knows the importance of connecting with the underworld to stay grounded, aware, and manifest all that we need to grow. Follow in her footsteps by connecting to your Earth Star, which is like just below your feet kind of thing. It's anchoring you down, and go digging within to find any parts of your magic, wisdom, and experiences you have pushed down, both in the incarnation and in previous lifetimes. Look, the past life here, Spirit. What else do you want me to read? These tools could be helpful. Oh, these tools could be helpful on the next phase of your journey. Oh, okay, yeah, that makes sense. Okay, so they're just saying to connect is through the soles of your feet into the earth by anchoring round a giant copper crystal star. Visualize streams of consciousness moving up into your feet and receive them. Then listen deeply. So your message here is, when you draw this card, your Earth Star has been activated, and the wisdom you once ignored is finally being acknowledged. That's because of the deja vu and the karmic lessons, Spirit. You realize, and that's why I said you realize the consequences of this, the cause and effect, because of this fantasy land. You're no longer in this fantasy land. And you understand this. Oh, Spirit, this is amazing. See how they do that? It blows me away. But the only thing, you have to be cautious of this, though. Okay, let's see here. The rejected parts of yourself have now been rediscovered. There is an opportunity for you to rediscover magic too, but stay firmly rooted in all your endeavors. Let the earth hold and sustain you. Don't rush ahead. In fact, if you've been wondering if it's time to move forward, know that it isn't. Stay put for the time being. Important information is about to be revealed. So wait and stand strong. This is a time of integration and rest rather than pushing forward. Great wisdom lies within you. Dive deep and find it. And trust in yourself. You have more strength than you realize. And you know, it's funny too, because this card here, it talks about that you're like ending some kind of project. So it's time to relax. It's time to put your feet up. Okay, so that's really good, Spirit. I hope this has been a very helpful message for you. And I hope this video finds you well. And with that, I'm going to close this reading. And I bid you a good day and sending love and light.